Today we're going to show you how to install the easyASCOT 900 panels.
They're a great way to add character to any room, and they're perfect because they come pre-primed. The easyASCOT panels are 600 wide.
So to work out how many panels you need, measure the length of your room divided by 600. Now that you've worked out how many panels you need, you want to set out the wall. So we start from the center of the room and work our way out.
The great thing about these boards are that they're reversible. We've got a groove both sides, and you can remove this tongue depending on where you need to use it.
Now that I've worked my way from the center of the room over in 600 increments, I can then measure the width of our first starting board, 170 mil.
So now that Kyle's established our starting point, we're simply going to turn this round, measure 170 and cut from there.
Now that we've got our first board cut, you want to make sure it's dead plumb because that's going to set the line for the rest of the boards. So now that we're ready to go, all we do is glue up. I'm using some flexible polyurethane sealant for this. You also want to make sure that we're going to stay 10 mil off the floor to allow for any expansion and movement in the floor.
So I'm ready to glue up for my next sheet, and we're using a flexible glue, but you can also use an acrylic stud adhesive.
A great little tip is to use a block and give it a little tap on the end of the sheet, and that's going to close the joint up so it's nice and tight. For any electrical wires or power points, you want to mark it out on the board. So we're going to mark out the center of this sheet, drill it, and then pull this cable through, ready for the electrician to fit off.
So we're ready to place our last board, and then what we're going to do is measure and cut our end piece.
In theory, it should be exactly the same as our starting piece, but once Co gets this last board on, we're going to measure and check anyway. Now that we've cut our last board, we're ready to slide it in. What we're going to do is slip it into our tongue there, like that, and then just a little bit of a slap, make sure it's in nice and tight, and it's good to fix off.
We've finished installing our easyASCOT panels.
Now it's time for the finishing touches. We're going to put on our skirting board and our DADO rail. Now that all the finishing touches are done, it's time to paint and style.
You can paint and I'll style.